Peace and blessings. Greetings. Assalamu alaikum. Sister Yaterah here, the First Lady of FardMoney Network. How are you all today? I hope that you are doing well. Thank you for tuning in with me. Oh, assalamu alaikum, sis. How are you, beloved? Wa alaikum salam. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in with me today. I just wanted to come on here. This is our daily self-improvement class, not class, but just our self-improvement discussion. And so, you're free to share or, feedback, whatever it is that you like. This is day 4 now, of this, because it's important to me. For self-improvement is so huge. How are you? Good morning. This is just so, it's phenomenal to me, sis. Being part of self-improvement is it. We know that self-improvement is the basis for community development, and being somebody who loves to serve, loves to help others. I needed a self-improvement course because wandering around in life, doing life, I didn't necessarily consider the focus on yourself first, like focus on yourself so you can help others. I was the kind of person, and I'm learning and growing to focus more on myself. I was, the kind of person that just wants to do for other people, take off the shirt off. What do they say? Take the shirt off your back and give it to somebody kind of thing. And, not that doesn't have its place, but really learning that in order for me to serve other people in the capacity or to the capacity that is in my heart and desire to do, I have to redirect my focus. Wow. And a good example of that is that, when I think about, my husband used to tell me this all the time, during certain hours of the day when I'm home and I'm running my business, I used to get calls from, peace, Alifa Jenna. Thank you for tuning in. Peace and blessings. During my business hours that I'm making calls for my business, I used to get calls, personal calls from, people that are close to me, friends or sisters, or, they just want to talk, or they may be going through something and they need either they need help, they need some guidance, they're sad, whatever that they're going through. And, oh, praise be to Allah. And I would, and I would stop what I'm doing, the things that is important for me, the things that I'm striving to accomplish. And I would feel like, oh, well, they need me. So let me stop everything that I'm doing and be on the phone, for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, talking to somebody who needs assistance. Not that there was anything wrong with, wanting to help and offering service, because it could be different things that they're going through. But what my husband, was telling me at that time that I just wouldn't, I just was like, no, I just can't not serve somebody who needs help right now. He's like, but you have to prioritize, right? You have to be able to focus on the things that you want to accomplish, because, that saying about the cup, it's like you can't pour from an empty cup. And that's something that I didn't apply to like scenarios like this. In my mind, it was like, well, no, they need somebody right now. I'm here. And so I have to, I have to start doing whatever I need to do for them right now. That's how I have to serve. And self-preservation is the first law of nature. And so it's a struggle. I'm not going to say that it was the easy switch, but I'm learning now that, because what happens is I wasn't doing the action and the productivity and the things, the activity that I needed to be doing within my business, right? So now I'm not reaching my people. I'm not doing what I needed to be doing. And so I was hurting myself, right? And even though my heart was in a good place, that's just not what it's not about your heart being in the good place, but your work not being in the good place or in the right place. You have to have balance. And so we always say it, right? The struggle for balance is real. Yeah, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. And so part of this self-improvement for me, again, this is a discussion, this is about me, just talking about me, and what I have gone through and what I am learning on my journey and I want to share it because I really desire to help us deal with self first, right? And sometimes that's hard. Sometimes it's really hard. And sometimes, we say a lot of things. We have a lot of cliches or a lot of quotes or a lot of sayings that we say. Take it to God, leave it in God's hand, seek refuge. We just say these things. But when the reality is we have been so far removed from God for centuries, for years, thousands of years. And we just say these things. So now that we are being reintroduced to who God is, the reality of God, we need to, our hand needs to be grabbed and held. This is how you take it to God. This is how you do what we're saying, right? Someone to help us with the practical application of it. And what I'm learning is that, that's something that helps in these kind of conversations. So if I'm open about some of, if I'm transparent about some of the things that I am able to share with us, some things, would have to be, sisters calls or things of that nature, probably wouldn't be on live streams. But the reality is, we are social people. We learn through experience. We learn through the experiences of others. We learn through conversation. And I just want to be a person that God is able to use in this space where I'm saying, Lord, I'm willing to be an example. I've gone through a lot of things. I've gone through a divorce. I've been homeless. I've lived in a shelter. And when I was homeless, I had a 3-month-old baby, right? So I have gone through different things, and looking at it hindsight with what they call 20/20 vision, which is hindsight, I'm able to see that, wow, I went through this because number one, I needed to really grow and establish my personal relationship with God. That was accomplished through that journey. And I am so grateful for that journey, right? Because he is who I needed in every aspect. If it wasn't for God, I would not be right here before you all talking about self-improvement. Oh my gosh. I was so far removed from self-improvement. But I thank him because I love self-improvement so much. I mean, that's my focus every single day. I'm always looking for opportunities to say, let me self-correct. Praise be to Allah. Now, and I'm married now, and my husband, there's different things as husbands and wives. We come together, and there's different, we see life differently. The Holy Quran says, the male and female, they are not alike. And Brother Jabril, I listened to him. He said once, and he was like, if you don't understand that the woman is not like the man, he basically said, how did he say it? You're not going to grow. You will be like a infant spiritually forever. Like you're just, your growth is going to be stomped if you don't understand the differences. So I'm saying that to say, if I didn't focus on self-improvement, there's no way, in any relationship, you're not going to be able to deal with the other person because we would be looking or expecting the person to function how I function. And I'm learning a lot. I really can't wait to go into these things. And I realize now that I'm going to have to start, because the last 4 days, I have not written out anything. I ask Allah to use me. I say, I literally, sisters, and brothers who tune in later, I literally pray, empty me out and fill me with your spirit so I can reach your people. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much I say that I love my sisters, that I love our people, and that this, that, and the third, y'all don't belong to me, and the love that I have for my people and the willingness that I have to serve my people only comes from him. So I ask him, guide my words, please. And please use me. I'm asking I am begging God to use me, and if that means being transparent about some difficult things, then I want to be used for that, and so I'm just so deeply passionate about this because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has saved my life. He's literally saved my life. And if I can do anything to further, to help lift the burden that this man has carried for 67 years, that's a long time to fight for freedom, justice, and equality. And to suffer what he has suffered. I'm not even talking about the, assalamu alaikum, sir. My husband joined, y'all. I'm not even talking about the physical ailments and the cancer, the death plots. I'm not even talking about that. And that stands alone in what he has dealt with for us. Wa alaikum salam, sir. But what he has dealt with in terms of our people and the enemy, the words, the propaganda, the hate, the lies, the venom that is spoken against him. We have people, black people, who won't take the time to listen to the man, who will not listen to one full lecture of this man, but would rather take what media says about him and take that and run with it. He has suffered so much. We can't take it if somebody's, we make a post and don't nobody like it. We feel some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? We feel some kind of way when somebody is critical of us. When somebody has something to say, whether it's true or false, we take things so personally and it hurts us. And here is a man who people are saying things publicly, privately, through the press, through the media, on TV, everywhere. And yet he does not bend, fold, or stop. And so I'm saying that to say that the least that I can do is pick up my cross, and strive to be a good sister, to be a good example to my children, to be a good example to those who I am blessed to touch, and that's just my attitude. And so, like I said, sisters, number one, I thank y'all for being here. This is self-improvement, and I'm just here to share my story in hopes that by me having these discussions about myself and the difficult factors and things that I have overcome and I'm willing to overcome and striving to overcome, because I have not been made perfected yet, but that is the goal. Perfection is the goal, and we can accomplish it. And so I really pray that these are useful to others and of course myself, because as I have these discussions, it makes me and it helps me to reflect. It helps me to look back and, look at these things. Praise be to Allah. Thank you, Sister Alifa. Thank you so much. And I pray that we continue to grow, and so self-improvement class, we go to that on Fridays. And, if y'all haven't been to the virtual ones, they are so good too, so I always, I strive to promote that as well so people can get on there, because this is the nation, all across the world. Whoever joins on, anybody can come to our self-improvement class on Fridays, and that's at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so, so I think that's the gist of what I wanted to talk about today. And just my testimony. Oh, but the testimony that I wanted to actually speak on is Allah has showed me that this series right here of self-improvement was so on time, because yesterday was day 3 of self-improvement, and I had spoken to 2 different sisters that spoke about, who were not on the live stream and hadn't seen the live. But when I spoke to 2 sisters yesterday, they both spoke about the need of what I was talking about here on the live. And so that was a bearing of witness to me, confirmation to me and for me that, yes, my little servant, this is what I want you to do. Because I haven't made a commitment like this. And my commitment is that I'm here every single morning. Greetings, Map. How are you doing? Is it Mapogo 3? How are you? Welcome, and thank you for tuning in. And so the commitment here is that I will be on here, God willing, every single morning at 7 a.m. talking about self-improvement from a personal level, and inspiring discussions. And this thing may grow, where other people join on live with me and they want to talk. Absolutely. Because this is a discussion platform. This is not just a me talking. You know, of course, I'm going to come with my own story, but that's the vision I'm seeing that can come from it. Other people wanting to open up, wanting to express themselves, you know, or bear witness or testify or whatever they want to do, you know, in those lines of self-improvement. I can see us going that route. So every single morning, this is the commitment. And I haven't made a commitment like this in over 5 years. Because for those of you who don't know, about 5 years ago, I used to come on here. Paul Walker, peace. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Around 5 years ago, I used to come on Instagram and I used to do lives at 7 in the morning on my way to work. And I have expressed before that technically they were self-improvement courses or discussions, rather, not classes or courses, but discussions. And, but I didn't realize that. I didn't analyze it as that. I was just getting on here because this was after, like I said, I had just gotten in my apartment after being homeless, and my heart was like bleeding for women because of what I had just went through. And I felt like I needed to reach women to help to encourage them that they can get through anything, you know, to just hear that voice. And I understand that to a degree. I understand that God uses us. Oh, assalamu alaikum, Sister Khadija. You know, praise be to Allah. Welcome, 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 welcome. I love you. And so I know that God uses us to go through certain things in order for us to serve other people. What we go through is not happening to us. Wa alaikum salam, soul sister, I love you. It's happening for us. And so if all of us go through different things, but if we take the thing that we're going through and we go through it, we take it like that. Praise be to Allah. Thank you, sis. That means so much. Oh, praise be to Allah. Another example that I have before me, someone who makes commitments and sticks to them, right? So praise be to Allah for the sisterhood. And if we take the things that we are going through and if we look at them like, because this is what I have done, this is not happening to me, against me. If we keep in the forefront of our minds, this is what I tell myself. This is happening for me. Why? Because Allah, God, does not want to burden me or hurt me. He desires for me to be drawn closer to Him. And so if the nature of the human right now, if we're in such a state where we don't run to Him when things are great, right? Nation Pride, peace and blessings. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. If we don't run to Him right now in the state that we're in, when things are going perfect and everything is well, wow, I'm a millionaire. I have everything I need. I don't want for nothing. You know, I'm not going to God. I forgot about Him. But as soon as something happens, a misfortune befalls us, we're going through something. It's like, oh God, oh God, oh God. That's when God comes. You know what I'm saying? That's when God comes into our mind. Only when we are going through something, right? And so when I keep that in mind for myself, that everything that I'm going through, no matter how difficult it has been, no matter how painful it has been so I can flee to my God, so I can get close to Him, so I can call on Him, and so that by me calling on Him, especially during a difficult time in my life, that when He answers me, it will strengthen me as a believer, right? It'll strengthen me in my faith in Him. And so when we read the Holy Quran, when we read the Bible, we read that the servants and the prophets of God, they have all gone through something of difficulty. Moses was sent to go to Pharaoh and he was scared. He's like, I'm not an eloquent speaker. I got a stammering tongue. Send Aaron. He's like, no, I'm going to send you. Aaron can go with you, but you're going to go in there and you're going to tell him and you're going to say this. And every time Moses is strengthened in his ability, well, what you want me to do when I get there? Throw your rod down. You know what I'm saying? He showed him what the power that he had and the power that backed him. That's right, sis. With difficulty comes ease. That's right. And so with that difficulty, and then the Quran says, look at the cycle of it. I posted this the other day, and the sister, I forgot what surah it is, But it's with difficulty comes ease, and then it comes more difficulty. But if there's going to be more difficulty, that means that it comes more ease. But it's all for that stepping stone. It's for that step. If here comes difficulty and then I overcome it, then here comes ease and that takes me up. My faith has grown. Okay, so then here comes a new level of difficulty and I face it with a proper attitude. Boom, here comes the ease and more faith. Now this is, we get more in step. Now we can start reflecting Jesus. Now we start looking more like the minister that when anything comes, it's like, boom, bam, okay, I can deal with it. And now when he talks about the past, he talks about how he went through this, how he used to teach with the pain that he was physically in because of how they tried to kill him, right? How they tried to murder him, and how he would be in dire pain, and he would still be pushing through it. And what did that do? God is with me, because here my insides are being eaten up and I am maintaining, I'm still standing, right? So, wow, family, that's it. I don't intend for these to be long at all. I got to get class going. If y'all don't know, I'm home and God has blessed us. My husband has retired me from work. So I am home and I homeschool the babies. So I got to get drill class going in a few minutes. And so with that, I love you all. I thank you for tuning in with me today. We will be back, God willing, tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. And again, I tell everyone, there's no pressure for you to be here. If you tune in, you tune in. That's a blessing. Again, I'm just here to be used. I am here to share, and I'm here hoping that we can open up these discussions to help us grow more. I love you. I love you, sis. Thank you so much for being here. And, okay, yes, ma'am, I will. Praise be to Allah. That's the goal. We will do that. So I'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. And if you catch the replay, let me know that you've seen it. And even if there's different topics about self-improvement that you may be struggling with, let us know. Enjoyed heart you dropped. Oh, the love that I dropped. Thank you. And the jewels in such a short time. Praise be to Allah, sis. Thank you so much. It's so encouraging. And for me, again, it's confirmation for me that I was saying earlier as I close, I pray to Allah to be used. I pray to him to empty me out, get me out of the way. I don't want to put me here because I understand y'all are not mine. You belong to him. You belong to him, and I just want to be used to help us get closer to him and to help us be the gods and the women and the men who he intends for us to be in this time. So I love y'all. Inshallah, I'll see you all tomorrow. If you're here on a replay later on or whatever, let me know that you saw it. Let me know different topics of self-improvement that you want to hear about. And if I have a story on that subject, I will definitely share it if I can. So I love you all. Assalamu alaikum. Sister Yaterah, the First Lady of FardMoney Network, signing off. Mwah. Have a wonderful day, sisters.